Evet, şimdiki panelimizin ismi İnsanlık için Açık Veri. Bu ne anlama geliyor sizce? Açık veri, evet. Herkesin erişebileceği, herkesin erişebilmesi gereken ve istediği zaman edinebileceği bilgiden bahsediyoruz. Açık veri, istediğiniz yerden, istediğiniz zaman ulaşabileceğiniz. Peki bu açık veri platformunu kullanarak nasıl faydalar sağlayabiliriz ve neler yapılıyor? Bununla ilgili çalışma yapan bir grup var. Onun temsilcisi bir hanım burada. Kendisi Sıla Alıcı. Nasıl kullandığını, neler yaptığını ve bunun ne gibi faydalar sağladığını bize anlatacak. Alkışlarınıza kendisini çağırıyorum.
Hi, my name is Sıla Alıcı. I'm the communications manager of Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team, HOT in short. We're an international team dedicated to humanitarian action and to community development through open mapping. We do all of our work through OpenStreetMap, which is a free, editable, community-driven map of the world. We work with NGOs, with international organizations, with government partners, and with local communities themselves to use and to contribute to OpenStreetMap. Today I'll be talking a little bit about maps, about citizen-generated data, about open data, and how we use this as HOT for humanitarian work, for disaster response, and for development. I need to first clarify why we do what we do, though, because I don't think most of us are fully aware of some of the fundamental things that are missing in the lives of vulnerable communities around us. And one of the biggest problems out there today is, surprisingly, the problem of missing maps. Millions of people are still not represented on maps, on any map, digital or physical. This means they don't get access to basic services like health, like education. This also means whenever disaster strikes, for example, they're not considered for relief operations. It's as if they don't exist at all, which is ridiculous, and this is why we do what we do. We map the most vulnerable places in the world, and we try to reach those in need through maps with thousands of volunteers online and on field to create open map data. And I want to tell you about some of the results we've achieved so far with the communities that we're working with. Each year, we run a fundraising campaign aiming to raise money, and all of this money directly goes to our microgrants programs. Our micrograntees are OpenStreetMap community leaders all around the world, and we have seen these communities thrive and blossom within these past 3 years, and I'll give you an example of that from Tanzania. So there's a program called Mugumu Safe House for Girls, supported by Crowd2Map. And some of you might already know this, but even though it's illegal, the practice of female genital mutilation is unfortunately still pretty relevant in Tanzania, and especially in the rural areas of the country. And in 5 regions of Tanzania, 51 to 80% of girls are still under the risk of female genital mutilation. And guess what? These regions are often unmapped. They have inconsistent or unknown village names. They have unidentifiable features, which makes navigation extremely difficult. So how can we solve this? Well, the answer is pretty simple. We map. And here's how we do it. First, online volunteers trace roads and buildings from satellite imagery. Then, volunteers on the ground add names of villages, churches, schools, points of interest using a free smartphone application called maps.me. This data is then emailed to a remote volunteer to put into OpenStreetMap. And the output is a printable map of villages, of wards, of sub-wards, which are free for anyone to use, and that's exactly what the Safe House does. They utilize the maps that volunteers have created to follow up on local reports and to locate girls who are under the risk of female genital mutilation. And the impact is highly significant. In the last cutting season, as they call it, better maps have prevented more than 2,000 girls from being cut, and the number of deaths has been reduced from the yearly average of 12 to 4. This is another example from a project we're running in Mexico with a team called the Geo Chicas in a region that has suffered 2 major earthquakes in 2017. I'll pass this quickly. Aside from all of our community projects, we're currently running programs all over the globe, and the range of impact areas that mapping has is truly remarkable. We're mapping in Guatemala to eliminate malaria. We're mapping in Uganda to strengthen service delivery to refugee communities. In Indonesia to improve the capacity for disaster preparedness, and many more that I can't talk about due to time limitations, but you can find all of them on our website. All of this and much more is possible due to the strength of this movement and to the relentless dedication of our community. And technology is right there, accessible than ever before, for us to utilize it. And being a part of our community is very easy. You don't need any prerequisites as to who you are. You just need to be willing to contribute, and you can always donate, knowing that your money will have a direct impact on the lives of millions and millions of people. Accurate map data can revolutionize disaster relief efforts. Empowered communities can become leaders of humanitarian revolutions. All it takes is a laptop, a strong internet connection to be a part of this movement and to be a part of change. Thank you.